Belly fat's easily gained, annoyingly stubborn. No matter how many ab workouts you try or how clean your diet gets, that extra layer around your waist just won't leave. And here's the truth no one likes to admit. You can target fat loss in one specific area, not even your belly, unless you're going under the knife. Don't worry there. It's a natural method that's underrated, sustainable, and shockingly powerful for reducing belly fat. And it's probably not what you think. Let's break it down. Why belly fat is so hard to lose back in the late 90s. Researchers made a surprising discovery. Your body doesn't burn fat evenly. Some areas like your face or arms burn faster, while others, especially the belly, hold on for dear life. This uneven fat loss is mostly genetic. For most people, belly fat is the last to go. So if you're thinking, I've lost fat everywhere, except my stomach, you're not alone. It's how most bodies work. But there's still hope. It's a real way to lose belly fat. If you burn more calories than you eat consistently, your body will eventually dip into those stubborn fat reserves. And while your diet should do most of the heavy lifting, adding the right kind of movement can speed things up, especially as your metabolism starts slowing. You might think of running, spinning, or high-intensity workouts as go-to calorie burners. They do work, but here's the truth. The problem with traditional cardio, let's say you weigh 170 pounds, jogging at a moderate pace for 30 minutes burns around 360 calories. Do that 3 times a week for a year, and that's over 16 pounds of fat burned. Sounds great, right? Not so fast. Here's what actually happens. Most people start strong, then drop off. In fact, research shows almost 1 in 5 people quit traditional cardio programs. Why? Because they're tough. They drain your energy. They hurt your joints. And after a while, you just don't want to do it anymore. I've been there. I used to push myself through punishing workouts. I got lean, sure, but I couldn't keep it up. The fat came back. The exercise that changed everything eventually, I realized something important. The best fat-burning exercise is the one you'll actually do. And for most people, that's walking. Yeah, walking. No sweat-soaked workouts. No gasping for air. Just consistent, low-intensity movement. Sounds too simple, right? But here's what science says. Does walking burn enough calories? A meta-analysis in 2021 reviewed over 50 studies and found that low-intensity cardio like walking was just as effective for fat loss as high-intensity options if done consistently. Your body doesn't care how the calories are burned. It only cares how many. Let's run the numbers. At a casual pace of 3 miles per hour, that same 170-pound person burns about 200 calories per hour walking. Just walking 3 days a week for an hour burns over 30,000 extra calories a year. That is roughly 9 pounds of fat gone, and it's backed by real-world studies. In one trial, people who added just 2.5 hours of walking per week lost over 3.5 pounds of fat in 12 weeks. So why don't more people do it? Simple. It sounds boring. But if you fit it into your routine strategically, it becomes effortless. For example, park farther from your destination. Take stairs instead of elevators. Do a 10-minute walk after meals. Listen to music, podcasts, or even take calls while walking. Walk during breaks if you work in an office. Even 5 extra minutes of walking every hour during your workday could result in almost 10 pounds of fat loss per year. Step-by-step plan to start walking off belly fat. Find your baseline. Use your phone or a fitness tracker to check your current daily step average. Add just 2,000 steps per day. That's roughly 2 10-minute walks. Easy. Build it gradually. Once you're consistent, aim for 8,000 to 12,000 steps daily. That's the sweet spot for long-term fat loss and better health. Consistency is king. Ask yourself this. Could you keep up a 30-minute run 3x a week for a full year? Now ask yourself, could you go for a few short walks each day? That's why walking wins. It's simple, sustainable, and scalable. You won't burn out. You won't dread it. And you will see results, especially around the belly. One last thing. Walking alone won't save you if your diet's a mess. The calories you burn from an hour of walking can be undone in 60 seconds with a slice of cake or 3 pieces of toast. So use walking as a fat loss accelerator, but let your diet do the heavy lifting.